Hello everybody, Artemiis here once again, and we are finally going to be leaving the triangle of routes 15 and 16 in Lost Hotel, and be heading on to the next area, next locale. Almost kind of rhymed. I'm almost kind of impressed with myself. Anyway, for now it is time for the revolution to take to the leads. As once again, we head through these routes. Coming across a horde of Murkrow. Thankfully, I've already taken down a horde of Murkrow in the past. So we'll just, wow, Pokemon lagging on me quite severely. So we'll go ahead and skip these guys. And finally, pass through this route. I hear your future is secure if you join Team Flare. Alright, Dendemille Town. It is snowing on us. Let's try to get up on this rail here. Oh, cutscene. Hey, Sycamore. Yveltal. So the professor telling us that he would like us to, like, do whatever we like with our journey, but, oh, looks like we've got Frost Cavern coming up, wherever that is. I'm still curious that I can't jump up on this rail. Okay. Let's get a sense of the layout of the town again. Here's a Hex Girl. Some kind of curious multi-level city here. So we want to find 70 Pokemon to have this guy be pleased with our coastal dex, or our mountain dex. Good to know. And we continue to climb the platform here. Dynamo and Mothim. I don't know. Size comes down to personal preference. As usual, we can see the houses are following the theme of telling information about one particular phenomenon. So that one was all about size. This one is going to be all about... Oh, here, TM Facade. Facade is an interesting normal type move that will deal more damage if, as he's saying, if users poison, badly poisoned, paralyzed, or burned. I actually didn't realize Facade affected paralysis. And this girl is also going to talk about TMs. It looks like she's going to want to see a TM in exchange for that she give you a berry. For me, it was Thunderbolt, and if I had it, which I did, she gave me a Lepa berry, which is nice. And we have a cool windmill here. I'm half expecting there to be a photo spot. And this seems to be a way out of the town to the Frost Cavern. Okay. So we'll check out the Frost Cavern a little bit later, but for now, back to Dendemille. And... hold on. What's right down here? We already had the chance to go up there. So let's take a look at this railing. Okay, it's just a quick escape route down the windmill. Next up. Oh, the move deleter. Alright, this is an important character. So this character is going to be able to help our Pokemon to forget moves that they have previously learned. So, for example, on my Honedge, I'm going to take away Cut. Very quick process compared to usually. And on Blastoise, we're going to forget Surf. There's actually a very specific reason for this, which we'll see in a second. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up my TM bag here. Quickly sort it. And what we can do is we can look for TM Full Swipe, TM Full Swipe. Full Swipe is a useful TM because it lets you turn Pokemon into Capture Pros. So Honedge is going to learn Full Swipe, and then Blastoise, or not Blastoise, Surf is going to go to the Kelp Pokemon, whose name I still cannot learn, seeming incapable of learning, in place of Hydro Pump for now. Surf is better suited to it because it's a special attacker. Blastoise later on will be better suited for Waterfall because it is a physical attacker. And also, in the meantime, I've added a Flabébé to my team. I'm going to go ahead and teach it Dazzling Gleam in exchange for Fairy Wind. So now we do want to look quickly and see if we have any Ice-type moves that Blastoise can learn. Blastoise can actually learn Dragon Tail, apparently. But for now, let's teach it Bulldoze, a powerful ground-type move for some coverage against electric types. So, once you can get rid of your HMs, you can do a bit of TM shuffling that can be very important. This is a nice thing to have. Reorganizing the order of the moves on the Pokemon that show up. And we're done for now. What does this person have to say? The move Reminder. So this person will be able to help her Pokemon to relearn moves that they may have forgotten in the past. I'm not exactly sure who this might be helpful for. We can check out Blastoise. Some of these Pokemon learn very powerful moves at very low levels. So Blastoise would have the choice of doing the Steel-type Flash Cannon, Skull Bash, Rain Dance. There aren't actually all that many particularly useful choices right now, so we'll hold off. Okay, and continuing along, we have a Fisherman. And here's a big root. This is a useful item for Flabébé, actually, that will increase the HP stolen with moves like Giga Drain, which I believe Flabébe's evolutionary chain will eventually get. So we'll hold on to that. And then we'll head in a different direction once again. And we can get Moo Moo Milks. Moo Moo Milks is a good in-between item. It restores a little bit more than a Super Potion, but less than a Hyper Potion, which is usually too much HP for this stage in the game. So we'll go ahead and get 12, and then we'll enter the Pokemon Center, see what we can see. Ooh, so here, I've actually disconnected the internet, so I'm going to quickly make room for the event Torchic, which is going to come. This mystery gift girl is ready to hand it over to me. Artemiis received a Torchic. This person warning us about Frost Cavern. And Mr. O, once again, what's he going to give us this time? I keep forgetting about O powers, frankly. Increasing accuracy could be useful. So we'll swap out Flabebe for Torchic. Actually, we'll go put Torchic back wherever Flabebe came from, which is way back in my first box. The Torchic is going to come holding Blazikenite, which is a very useful item. And now we have the Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry is a very useful one. It restores 30% of your health when your Pokemon falls below half HP, which makes it incredibly useful in a pinch. Additionally, Citrus Berry is one of the berries that can crossbreed, but I'll leave that to you all to figure out. Unless I eventually do a video on Pokeberry crossbreeding, which would be something else entirely. Here we have a Skater Girl, who likes lost things, apparently. And then we have our entrance to the next town. So for now, we're going to do something new. We're going to put Honedge, or Doublade rather, at the front of the party. And we're going to head into the Frost Cavern, where Trevor has been wanting us to explore. Alright, let's see what we've got. Here's a hiker. Who's going to lead with the Brava, a ground-type Pokemon. We hear the sounds of hail in the background. And we'll go ahead and start with Swords Dance, while the Brava uses Dragon Rage, not very effective against Steel types. Let's see what the opponent Pokemon levels are now. 44, so they're almost caught up to our party. They're caught up to the weaker members. Well, Flabebe doesn't even count because it's brand new, but... So we use Shadow Sneak after a powered up Swords Dance, and that is enough to take the Brava down. Next, we can see that this area is much more easily explored when one has water, HM Waterfall. Seems there are some secrets around here. It's actually a little bit difficult for me to see at this angle. But on we go. So apparently there's something up with the Frost Cavern. So this is going to be a very stereotypical thing, where we have access only to certain parts of the routes until we get Abomasnow later to ride. So let's go ahead and mostly stick with the trail for right now. Painter painting a portrait. We'll take him down real quickly. What's he got? Smeargle, unsurprisingly. So we're not even going to wait this time. We'll hit Smeargle right off the bat with an Iron Head. Curiously, our Pokemon are now, the Pokemon with high Pokemon-Ami levels are saying something about being uneasy. So maybe they sense the same thing that Abomasnow does? I don't know, is the story finally starting to pick up, friends? Let's find out. We're using Flash Cannon, another move which is not going to be very effective. And we'll counter with an Iron move of our own, which is enough to take Smeargle down. And the battle is won, and Flabebe is getting some experience, learning the move Razor Leaf. And forward we go. Here's a picture spot called Fill the Photo Guy. take a photo, buddy. Seems like a curious location for the picture. Save that. Tipping the lowest amount as usual. And we'll go straight into the cavern. No skating, no biking. Good to know. And there are going to be wild Pokemon in this cavern, so we'll try to avoid them as much as possible. Oh. Haunter actually has a super effective lead on Honed. You're going to have to try to stay away from these guys. But I'll quickly finish it off with Shadow Sneak. Should we make guesses about the kind of Pokemon we might find here? Snover, Snorunt, Steel. What S is there? The trainers will give us some hints. Alright, who's next up? Jynx, actually. The curious Pokemon. So now we finally get to try out Full Swipe for lowering the Pokemon. Wake Up Slash does not affect ghost types. False Swipe immediately takes Jynx down to 1 HP. This is good. And we follow up with an Ultra Ball. Jynx is caught. And we'll take on this trainer. It looks like this is going to be an ice cavern, so we'll try to... Cordelia. Doublade versus Doublade. Who do we think is going to be the victor? I've got a suspicion. We'll lead with a strong Shadow Sneak. Just enough to take it down to half health. Ooh, this one's going to use Night Slash, a very powerful move, almost enough to take me out. Leftovers take me out of the red temporarily. And one more Shadow Sneak should finish the battle. Lots of Pokemon leveling up from this one. And we get our introduction to the ice puzzles that will probably fill this place up. Here's an Ace Trainer. Leading with the Pokemon Raichu, curiously enough. Thankfully, we've just added a ground move to our Blastoise, so we'll switch out. Ooh, switching into a bad type matchup as Raichu uses Thunderbolts, taking out a significant amount of Blastoise's health. So we're going to counter by Mega Evolving. And following up with the ground move Bulldoze, which is super effective on Raichu and takes it out. Flabébé continuing to level up. Marowak is next. Highly weak to our Aqua Tail, a physical water type move. Mega Blastoise knocks it right out of there. And we end with Golduck. a psychic water Pokemon that can't do a whole lot of damage to Blastoise. So we'll use neutrally effective Strength on it, which is enough to take away half its health. Roll that using Screech to try to lower our defenses. Feel the power of the revolution. Somebody's leveling up. And Flabébé is reaching its first evolution stage. I actually switched Flabébé from Sylveon because, frankly, Sylveon is not actually as great of a Pokemon as it was painted to be to me. And plus, as Oris points out, it has cracked eyes. No, there are better fairy-type options available. Next up we have Fluette. And this path is clearly leading to the rest of the cave. So actually I'm going to temporarily take the detour up just a dead end. And we're immediately ambushed by a wild Pokemon. Once again, it's Jynx. We could use Iron Head, but as I said, I prefer to get away. I will, however, go into my backpack and use one of those handy Moo Moo Milks that we just got. Next up, Piloswine. Once again, lead with full swipe, which does not actually do a whole lot of damage to the Pokemon. Takedown not affecting Hone Edge, Doublade. So, with Piloswine taken down to low yellow health, we'll use an Ultra Ball. Which is successful. Blastoise reaching level 54. Flabébe's second evolution, Fluette, wanting to learn Wish, which can be a very useful move, helping out most of your team with restorative efforts. And in we go. The next level is clearly going to be a rather long ice path. See if we can take it out in as few moves as possible. Making the U. And that's through the first section. And we're up against Hiker Delman, leading with a Relicanth, a rock-water Pokemon. We start with Hone Edge, but I'm going to immediately switch out to Villeneuve, the Scalp. Relicanth is going to use Yawn to try to put us to sleep, so we'll switch once again to prevent that from happening. And Relicanth does it again. We'll let Blastoise Mega evolve anyway. and follow up with Bulldoze, which is not nearly enough to take out Relicanth, unfortunately. Blastoise falls asleep, so we're going to head to Status Restore and use our last full restore on it, getting back up its HP as well as its status. Relicanth following up with Rock Tomb. So Blastoise would use Power Up Punch, hit Relicanth again and raise its attack. Relicanth has very strong defenses and a relatively good defensive typing. Blastoise leading with one last Power Up Punch to take out the Pokemon, and its attack raising a second time. Next up we have Rhydon, heavily weak to Blastoise's Aqua Tail. So there's clearly nothing down here, so we'll head up next from this direction. And we'll get an Ice Heal, which is basically a defroster for Pokemon. And then we'll head down and continue through the caves. Anything this way? Yes, Black Belts. Brains and Brawn, Grumpig and Hariyama. We're leading with Doublade and Furfrou. We have an extremely good combat advantage against these Pokemon. So we'll start with Swords Dance, or actually, yes. And we'll follow up with Sucker Punch on Grumpig. Super effective if Grumpig tries to make a move, which it did! So it's going to be taken out. Grumpig using Psyshock to hit it. Doublade's defenses, not very significant. And the last one to move is Hariyama, who's going to try to take out Furfrou with a Wake Up Slap. Next up, we have Shadow Sneak to finish off Grumpig. And we're going to switch out Furfrou for a Delphox to get in a surprise hit against Hariyama. Wake Up Slap is completely ineffective against the next Pokemon out. So now we'll finish this battle with a Psyshock of our own. Oh! Shadow Sneak doing insane amounts of damage to Hariyama, that's surprising. And the double battle is over. First up, Scrafty, once again a poor type matchup. So we will switch out to Blastoise. Using power-up punch. Scrafty hitting us with a powerful high jump kick. And by Mega Evolving, we increase our base attack, and we have the bonus from the first power-up punch, so Scrafty is down. Next up we have Throw, which we will try to finish off here with an Aqua Tail. Next up, we have another trainer. Kinsey, a battle girl, leading with Sock. So once again, we're going to switch to Delphox. Now that we have the first couple of Pokemon in this cave, we may actually want to switch to Delphox for leading the party. Not entirely sure what move Sock used against us there, but it was super effective. And Sock has Sturdy, apparently. Sock knocking out Delphox. Napoleon has been taken down by its British opponents. So we'll return briefly to Doublade and finish off the Sock with a Shadow Sneak. And last up is Mienshao, against whom we have no particularly clear fighting choices. So we'll do the stereotypical Mega Evolution, Blastoise, and Aqua Tail. And Mienshao is down before it has a chance to pull any of its Scrafty tactics. We actually have the option to surf through the cave here. Possibly circumvent some of the ice. So we'll see briefly what we can find. And what we can find appears to be the next level down. So before we take that, let's find out what's waiting for us. Which is the remains of a further puzzle leading to a Max Repel. And back here, oh, we have the continuation of the cave, so I was wrong before, but it's easily fixed. Continuing on, we have access to Never Melt Ice, an item to power up the power of Ice-type moves. Oris, what am I missing?
Not much. I think we're going to be going out in a few minutes.
I thought we were waiting another 30.
Huh? Yeah, we're going to go to get dinner.
So we're going to go earlier than I thought. That's alright.
Yeah.
I'll be done in like 10 then instead of like 40. Poliwhirl appearing on the water surface here. A prime target for a false swipe. And then we'll hit it with a dive ball because it lives underwater. And we'll take this little path up here past the water, which leads to an ice stone. This is used for evolving Eevee into Glaceon. Another evolution with high special defense, similarly to Sylveon. And the icy rock makes hail last longer than 5 turns. I believe it's 8. So, with those accumulated, we can travel back up the ice and reach that bottom floor again. Next up, here's a Hyper Potion, and this is probably a one-way slope, so we don't want to head down that yet. And we're coming across a Bergmite, a new Pokemon here. Not sure what its typing is, probably Ice and something, so we'll lead with False Swipe again. Appears to have very high defensive stats. And now that it's in the red, we'll go ahead and use a Pokeball. This time a Great Ball. Lots of new Pokemon hiding in this cave. No Snorunts or Snovers like I would have thought, though. Actually, I thought that Pokemon was going to be a Snover based on the silhouette. Bergmite is pure ice. Live in herds above the snow line on mountains. So apparently it's a stalagmite of an iceberg. Next up, one more trainer who apparently has Frostbite. We have the trainer leading with a Graveler, which is rock and ground, so we'll use Iron Head. Surprisingly moving faster, and almost taking it out, except for Sturdy, which allows it to hang in for a moment longer. But Iron Head made it flinch, so we can finish it off with Shadow Sneak. Foulette finally learning a special type grass move, which will play well to its strengths later. Next up, another Graveler. Try to use the same tactic, hopefully get it to flinch by using Iron Head. And Graveler using Earthquake or Magnitude, but not dealing a particularly large amount of damage to Doublade. Last up, we have Carbink, a pure fairy type Pokemon, or Fairy Rock, which is going to be quadruply weak to steel moves like Iron Head. Carbink is going to start with Skill Swap, obtaining My Clear Body and giving me no guard, or the other way around, which will not make an effect in the coming move, which takes it out utterly, despite its high defensive stats. The frostbitten hiker is down, and we continue deeper into the cave. Finally obtaining what looks like a linear path. And a super potion. Always check these dead ends, especially now that the item finder is so cool. And what Pokemon is up? Jynx once again. No need to engage. And it looks like we have one last giant ice puzzle to take out here. Black Belt using Girder, a 5th generation Pokemon, who we should be able to damage rather significantly just by using Shadow Sneak, so we'll try that tactic. Clearly I was wrong about that. Girder trying to make a headway using the ineffective Rock Slide. And now that Shadow Sneak is powered up, another 2 should be enough to finish it off. Or 1. Here's one more Piloswine, which we want to quickly escape from because we saw that there was Team Flare members at the back of the cave. Team Flare cornering an Abomasnow. As I continue to challenge them, I will beat you with my item finder! My dowsing machine will hit you over the head. Alright. We have another multi-battle on our hands, possibly. Or actually, maybe it's just going to be us fighting by ourselves. Okay. Golbat is out. What level do we have? 42. We'll lead with Iron Head, maybe enough to take it out in one shot. Golbat using Acrobatics, a flying type move that doubles if you are not carrying an item. But whether Golbat had an item or not, we will never know. As Fluette continues to madly level up. Next up, Manectric, so we're going to switch to Furfrou for a powerful normal stab move. Which would be Return. And Team Flare is down once again. Next up, we'll take on the next admin, or scientist. Let's see, Team Flare Mabel. A unique name for once. Who is going to come out as a whole 1 Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. Will she put up a genuine threat? The world may never know. But we'll immediately switch to Blastoise, resisting any fire-type super effective moves it may try. Houndoom using Embargo to prevent us from using items. Apparently, though, using items does not include Mega Evolution, which is very curious and rather broken. Kind of goes along with the whole knockoff idea that we had before. So some of these interesting strategies that TPC could have built into the game, they just completely left out. At any rate, Houndoom is no match for Mega Blastoise. Floette learning Grassy Terrain, a very interesting move, which actually means that all Pokemon on the ground will be healed over the coming turns. And Mabel is down. Our opponent's running away quickly. Oh! Abomasnow giving us an item to power up ones of its type, but not offering to challenge us to a duel. And the last Pokemon of the day is Jynx. So let's go ahead and cut out the video here. Thank you all for watching. I hope this provided a useful guide to the game here. And we'll join next time as we head out of this cave and on to other snowy routes around here and possibly the 7th gym leader. Thanks for watching.